you want to ride better and be safer on technical trails, then a conditioning routine is mandatory. Over my years of riding, racing, coaching, being coached, I've been through what feels like a million different conditioning routines. Today, I'm going to share with you what I think are the 8 best moves that you can do to improve your riding, whether it's XC riding, trail riding, e-bike riding, enduro racing, or downhill. These moves will give you more trunk strength and more stability on the bike. At the end of the video, I'm going to add in a few tips, but for now, let's jump straight into the moves. So before you get started, at least a 10-minute cardio warm-up is a good idea. So it doesn't really matter which machine you use for your warm-up, but you want a machine that's working complete body, overall body. Okay, so after the 10-minute cardio warm-up, you want to jump on one of these foam rollers and just roll everything out to make sure there's no niggles, and this will prevent injury before you get on to the bigger moves. So the first move is the bear crawl, amazing for on-bike stability, especially on technical trails.
On all fours with your limbs at 90 degrees, a flat back and knees hovering about 30 millimeters off the ground. Place your legs about hip width apart and your arms shoulder width apart. To start the move, place one hand and the opposite foot forward, then switch, just like a bear crawls. The idea is to move slowly. You can bear crawl backwards, you can bear crawl sideways, or in a circular motion. In this move, keep your core activated by pulling your navel to your spine. I usually do 3 sets of about 5 meters each.
My next move is the reverse kettlebell Turkish Getup. This one's the golden ticket for smashing trails. You'll need a light kettlebell for this one. I've gone with a 4 kilo.
Lie on your back with your arms and legs spread at a 45-degree angle. Place your right foot on the floor a few inches from your butt and slightly outward. Holding the kettlebell upside down, lift your right arm straight up to the ceiling. Keeping the wrist straight, stare at the kettlebell. Now push through your right heel and your left elbow to prop yourself up onto the elbow before rolling up onto your hand. Use your trunk to move into a seated position before sliding your left leg underneath you and stacking your knee under your hip at a 90-degree angle. Now looking straight ahead, move into the standing position, and now reverse all the steps to get back down. The idea is to move slowly in one smooth motion. I actually do 2 variations on this, one with a heavier kettlebell to build that absolute power which helps you handle the big hits and heavy bikes, and then one with a lighter kettlebell in this reverse position to help with forearm strength, which also helps combat arm pump. This is a hard exercise, and I suggest building up to 3 sets of about 6.
So next move, just your traditional push-up, and put your hands about bar width apart.
With your hands in the power position, tighten the core, keep a slight bend in the knees. I do these at different speeds, some super slow, some super fast, and some with holds, static holds. You can also add in some variation by placing your knees on the sofa, on a box, and the idea is to change the angles all the time so you build strength through a wide range of motion. Build up to 3 sets of about 30.
So next move is a variation of the plank, and it really beefs up the trunk area.
From the standard plank position, which is a slight bend in the knees, raise the opposite arm and leg up and hold for up to 30 seconds. Then switch and work the other side. The key with this one is to try and stabilize yourself by using your core. So pull that navel to the spine.
So the plyometric move, the secret to boosting jumps, is the jumping lunge with a switch.
So from the deep lunge position, lean forward and contract your core. Sink down a little and then explode upwards, launching your body into the air, fully extending your knees and hips. In the air, switch your feet and land with the opposite foot forward. Land with your forward knee over your foot. Use your hips and knees to absorb your landing and then repeat. Keep your forward heel in contact with the ground on this one, Go for maximum air and try reset quickly. In other words, take off as soon as possible after landing. Build up to 3 sets of 10 here on each leg.
Jackknife push-ups. You want to use a bigger ball than this one. I'm making my life a little difficult here.
With the shins on the ball, hands in your push-up position, roll your knees up into your chest and roll the ball up. Hold in that position before returning out and then drop into a push-up.
So pull-ups, amazing overall upper body strength worker. I run my hands about bar width apart, so in my power position.
Rotate the knees up so everything is at 90 degrees. Hold in that position. Now in a controlled move, lift yourself up to the bar, pause for a second, and then lower yourself down again. Don't drop down and also don't lift up too quickly on this one. It's a slow, controlled move.
And lastly, the side plank really helps with cornering stability.
With your forearms on the floor and elbows below the shoulder, keep a slight bend in the knee and activate your core to stabilize yourself. Keep your spine straight on this one. Hold for about 60 seconds.
Right, a little bit of advice. One of the most important things for doing workouts like this is keeping a little black book. And in the workout, while you're doing the workout, write down your reps, write down the weights you're using. It's the only way to really track your progress and measure your frequency. You can do these moves in any order, and I encourage you to try some variations because your body does adapt to stuff after about 3 weeks. I found the best warm down for a routine like this is actually a bit of passive stretching. You can hold each stretch for about 30 seconds. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you've got any questions on this workout or want to see us put together other videos, just send us a message. See you on the trails.